the tallest building in the world, the largest Ferris wheel, the deepest and highest pool, the tallest hotel in the world, fountains, shopping malls, artificial islands, one of the busiest airports and ports in the world, all labeled with the prefix "the most." And all this is located in a place that just a half a century ago looked like this.
This is Dubai, a town of no roads, no cars, no electricity. Today, a modern, thriving, busy city, developing and expanding at a prodigious rate.
How did Dubai transform from that to this? Where did such rapid wealth come from? How to overcome the world impossible, and what future awaits this paradise? This is the main artery of Dubai, Sheikh Zayed Road, and here is what it looked like 30 years ago. It's literally the epitome of the phrase, ground from nothing, because everything around Dubai is slightly further from the sea, still shows no sign of life. It's the desolate Arabian desert with camels and cacti. What's so special about the Persian Gulf coast? You might say, it's simple, they found oil here once.
Knock, knock, motherfucker, it's the United States of America and I...
Well done, but that answer is not correct. Or rather, it's right, but there is a very little oil here. You see, Dubai is just a part of a country called the United Arab Emirates. If overall the country has a lot of oil, indeed they are in the top 10 in the world of reserve and production. In Dubai itself, by Arab standard, there is next to nothing. So where does the money come from?
Where's the money, Lebowski?
It's simple. Trade, financial services, real estate, but oil is the most absent from this list. Just a 4%, and every year there is less and less oil in export. So the secret of the success of wealth and endless PR is not about squandering energy resources. What's important is not how you make your money, but how you spend it. In the mid-20th century, as you remember, there was neither oil nor skyscraper in Dubai. Frankly, there was nothing, just a small village. Even the business of natural pills diving was becoming less viable, especially since Japan was inventing synthetic pills at the same time. The demand of real pills was falling. Logically, it made more sense to move away from Dubai at that time.
It's time for you to leave, sir.
Essentially, the local sheikh, Rashid bin Zayed Al Maktoum, did just that. He packed his bag, gathering his entourage, and went to Europe. Not forever, just to get a breeze of fresh air and see what was happening there. And he was given a grand tour in Britain. There, he was riding as an engineer on the London Underground, visiting jewelry stores, meeting British minister and the Queen. But why all the effort for this little spot on the map? In 1959 it looked like this, and by the 2024 it had grown into the busiest international airport in the world. Of course, you might ask if all that I have told and shown you is because they timely built an international airport in Dubai? Of course not, but this airport was a key to the Sheikh's main idea, to transform this fishing village into a global center of trade, tourism, luxury and all things superlative. But how do you do that when you have no money, more camels than native population, and the only attractions are sands and dunes with oasis? Correct, you need to invite someone who has money and they will build a paradise on earth themselves. And it was during this trip to London that the Sheikh decided to arrange everything. He secured financial investment in Dubai, convinced the British, who then controlled these territories, to allow the construction of an airport.
Now you got it, don't think, just do.
So they built an airport in the middle of the desert. Who, and main question, why would want to fly there? Not so fast. It would take almost 20 years before the English Queen herself would make a return visit by plane to Dubai. During all this time, the Sheikh would be investing world money into power lines, building roads, sewers, expanding and deepening the local base so that large cargo ships could enter, and constructing the new Dubai port. As a result, today it's roughly the 10th largest port in the world. But the key year in this whole story is 1985. To dispel any illusion about the oil that was being actively extracted there, the price was still pretty good then, $30 a barrel compared to today's 70s. But the next year, 1986, they would plummet to $10 for about 4 years. This price madness would raise big questions at OPEC and, for example, send the Soviet Union into the historical retirement. But Dubai wouldn't die, it would flourish, because in 1985 they established two crucial initiatives. First, the Free Economic Zone, JAFZA.
Jebel Ali Free Zone, JAFZA, was established in 1985, which grew into the world's largest and fastest growing free zones.
It's 57 square kilometers. What is it? Suppose you have a lot of money and suddenly wanted to do business in Dubai. Yes, in JAFZA there were no restriction on being a foreigner and no need to find the locals to set up a company. That's the law in the Emirate. And most importantly, no duties, zero income tax and 50-year exemption from corporate taxes. No obligation to hire locals. Bring your own people from whatever you want. They will spend their own money in Dubai.
Okay, boys, here we go.
And JAFZA begins to attract entrepreneurs from all over the world. They build offices, warehouses and manufacturing facilities. Over 30 years, 7,000 companies would move there, and more than 100 of them would make the list of the top 500 largest in the world. And just for your understanding, JAFZA is not only a free economic zone in Dubai, there are quite a few of them. So, what's the second important topic from 1985? Let me give you a hint. It's Real Madrid, a team that has featured Ballon d'Or or Golden Ball winners like Portuguese Cristiano Ronaldo and Croatian Luka Modric. And then there is another football star, Olivier Giroud, in an AC Milan jersey. And the teams Arsenal, Lyon, Benfica. But it's not just about the football, tennis, cricket and of course rugby. Okay, surely you have already noticed the Emirates logo. This airlines was specifically created by Dubai's top leadership at the very same year, 1985, to develop tourism and infrastructure in the country. After all, trading is the best done by sea, and important negotiations and vacations are best enjoyed in comfortable airlines. Right out from that very airport. What do these football stars and clubs, rugby, other sports have to do with it? Because as soon as airlines start sponsoring them, the number of passengers increased year by year. Today, Emirates spends over 200 million euro annually on football in various countries. And for advertising, for example, just $2.5 million on American TV. As a result, over the past 20 years, the number of people flying Emirates has increased 12-fold. Just crazy. And cherry on top of all this is Dubai location. Yes, it's get up plus 20 degrees Celsius or more than 122 Fahrenheit in the summer, but today nearly half of the world's population can reach Dubai in less than 6 hours. But as you understand, when Al Maktoum conceived the financial trade oasis, he wasn't intending to engage in charity. It wasn't just, come visit us, dear guest from the East, do as you please and even skip paying taxes. No. It was essential to ensure that money maximally remained in Dubai. But how? This is where the three main free resources of Dubai come in handy. And no, it's not about oil again. It's about the sun, sands and sea. And if you add cheap labor from India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, you start seeing all these 7-star ridiculous tall hotels being built in the city. By the way, over the last 20 years it's been a local race who will make the tallest hotel in Dubai. 2007, 72 floors. 2012, 82 floors. 2017, 75 floors, but larger in size, 356 meters. But that's just boys measuring up with their towers. But more important was the first attempt, a building that began construction in November 1994, directly in the open sea. By this point, the new Sheikh of Dubai needed not just the most luxury hotel, but something more, a symbol of Dubai. Something akin to their own Eiffel Tower or Statue of Liberty. The Sheikh splurged $1 billion, found young British architect who had only built a school before, but they had a bold idea to dump stone and sand in the Persian Gulf and on this base to erect a 300-meter sails of glass and concrete named Arab Tower. And to this day, Burj Al Arab is not memorable because its rooms are 170 square meters or because they are all gilded. No. The silhouette of the Dubai skyscraper sail is unmistakable. It's as simple and unique as the Egyptian pyramids, the Sydney Opera House, Tower Bridge or the Eiffel Tower itself. In the end, Burj Al Arab was completed in 1999 and it broke through for attractive tourists. Why? Well, look, when you're planning to visit any abstract city, you're faced with the simple question. What will I do there and what will I see? If there is nothing to see, why go anywhere at all? And I don't know, but when this first bright point of attraction appears in the city, it becomes a symbol. Everyone starting taking photo, shooting video, writing passionality about it, and those who find this beauty appealing are also traveling to see it, accidentally leaving their money in this beautiful spot. And the more point of attraction there, the more attention and conversionally they generate.
Did you see this? Look at this.
But returning to Dubai. After the sail-shaped hotel things really took off, palm-shaped artificial islands, the water islands, dancing fountain, and the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa, the longest automated metro in the world, all things top of the line. And they continue to build it further. Just so you know, every fifth construction crane in the world is now in Dubai. In short, the first flashy hotel and a bunch of other Dubai shows began attracting 500,000 to 1 million new tourists each year. If in 1999 almost 2.5 million people visited Dubai, then 10 years later it was nearly 7.5 million. Another 10 years later, in 2019, it was 16.5 million. And they left 20 times more money in Dubai, $21 billion. Investments, free trade and luxury tourism, all together in economic brilliance, can only be compared to the American Marshall Plan after the Second World War. Calm down, I will explain what I mean. This refers to when the American government provides war-torn Europe with grants, cheap loans and long-term leases. Note that the money US provides was not to cover budget deficit, but could only be used to purchase goods, equipment, fertilizers. Where do you think they were buying from if all of Europe was in ruins? Correct, only from the Americans themselves, meaning a large portion of the money issued by America returned to America. Plus, American manufacturers really gained a new huge market. Of course, the Marshall Plan has nothing to do with Dubai. I understand that, but the approach are identical. Think about it. People from all over the world voluntarily bring their millions in technologies, develop infrastructure, earn billions in Dubai, and then spend them here on the entertainment or invest in appreciating real estate. So it's a kind of money circulation that's based from Dubai to Dubai. Of course, not everything is smooth. For example, the islands on the first artificial palm look expensive and rich, but the second palm, which is twice as large as the first one, looks sad and lonely so far. No one is really building much there yet, and the archipelago of small islands is at best about 10% populated. But on the other hand, remember how the local airport started.
Well, this is how it starts.
Will Dubai continue to grow in the future? Why not? The policy of the Emirate cities is to gather the boldest minds, ideas, vacuum up new technology and try them out themselves. For instance, someone thought of printing houses with a 3D printer? Welcome to Dubai. Print us an administrative building, naturally the largest in the world. Someone invented the flying bike? The Dubai police are already testing them. The only thing nobody seemed to consider is that sometimes it rains in the desert and it can paralyze everything for several days. A kind of super rain that washed away underground parking lots and might even strip the prefix super from Emirates Airlines with cancelled flight and lost luggage. But such events are rare, so they can be overlooked.
Ignore, ignore, ignore.
And last point, how contagious the Dubai model is demonstrated by the behavior of the neighboring emirate, Abu Dhabi. Formula 1 Grand Prix doesn't count.
Into turn 5 is Verstappen, far enough back, he's going to make the lunge down the inside. Max Verstappen is champion of the world.
That's where 95% of all the country's oil hidden. But it's not as well known as the northern neighbor. Inspired by Dubai's success, they also decided it's much more profitable to not just pocket earnings, but to reinvest them back into themselves. They are similarly building entire islands of entertainment, opening their economic zones, trying to create their landmarks like the Louvre Museum with the Guggenheim Museum on the way, and there is also an unusual hotels, all just as expensive and lavish and stylish, but it's still secondary. And with Dubai as with life, the golden rule worked: invest for the long term. And invest in my video with your like and comments. Share it with your friends and tell them what interesting things you learned today. How do you like Sheikh Underground Driver, or maybe the story about the airport or the free trade zone? In any case, thanks again to all of you, and generally everything for everyone.